30 days before a heart attack. Most men feel just fine. Not great, mind you, but fine enough to keep the ranch running, fine enough to look the other way and ignore the signs. I reckon you felt it, that tightness in your chest after a long day working cattle, that kind of tired that a whole weekend of rest just can't seem to fix. You told yourself it was just that Texas heat, the weight of the work, or maybe just age catching up to you. But your engine was fixing to give you a warning that no landowner can afford to ignore. And most of us never figure out what that noise means until the machine rods out right in the middle of the pasture.
I made this video, my friend, to make sure you ain't the reason the keys to this ranch change hands before their time.
The body warns you. What most men don't understand is that the heart don't just quit all at once. It sends out radio signals weeks in advance. Researchers followed more than 9,000 men for years. What they found out changes everything about how you ought to look at your workday. In the vast majority of cases, them warnings started 30 days out, sometimes more. They weren't no dramatic signs. Nothing a man busy with the daily chores would stop for to go check at a city clinic. They were signs that just felt like the price of being a man. Stress, built-up weariness. The trouble ain't that your body failed to warn you. The trouble is, nobody ever taught you how to read the owner's manual for this machine. In this part of the country, we weren't raised to complain about pain or being tired. We were raised to keep our heads up, grit our teeth, and get the job done. Always been that way. And it's that very provider instinct, the same one that built everything you see out your window, that might be costing you your life right now. 'Cause while you were holding it all in silence, your body was hollering for attention, sending out alerts you don't quite understand yet. That ain't weakness. It's just a lack of having the right tool for the job. And that's exactly what we're fixing to get right here today. The invisible signs. Let's talk about them first 10 days. I need you to stop right now and pay attention. These are signs a businessman overlooks while he's out checking on all the cattle. The first sign is that tired feeling that just won't quit. It ain't the exhaustion from a heavy day's work. You sleep, but you feel like your battery's still drained. Deep down, your heart is working at high RPMs just to keep the blood flowing. The system diverts energy from your arms, trying to make up for the failure. The second sign is that tightness in your chest that comes and goes. It ain't a sharp pain, it's a weight, like a heavy hand is pressing down on your breastbone right now. It usually shows up after shutting a heavy gate and fades when you take a rest, but your engine got less oxygen than it needed during that effort. The third sign is shortness of breath during automatic chores. Heading up to the barn or hauling hay, things that take an effort that just don't make no sense. Fatigue, pressure, and shortness of breath. 3 clear alerts in these initial 10 days, all with easy excuses. It's the quiet before the big storm. And that's exactly why they're the most dangerous ones for your legacy. The body's gone into limp mode, and you haven't even noticed the danger yet. Days 11 to 20, the body escalating. If you've made it to day 11 while ignoring those earlier warnings, something changes. The body stops whispering. From here on out, your machinery starts talking real loud. That tired feeling that used to show up only after the chores are done, now it's right there when you open your eyes, before any task, even before you have your first cup of coffee. And you just keep on pushing, 'cause that's what we do here. Stopping ain't never an acceptable option for a man with a whole family to provide for. Then comes a sign that few folks connect to the heart, a discomfort in your left shoulder. You didn't get hurt, but the pain just shows up there anyway. The body uses the same nerve path from the chest to the arm to send the signal. You feel in your shoulder what's happening deep inside, and you brush it off as just tension. Soon you start breaking into a cold sweat for no apparent reason. That's another sign in this phase. There's no fever, no harsh sun, but the body sweats like it's hauling a heavy load. And truth is, it is hauling one. Your internal system detected something failed and went into full alert. That sweat is just the physical reflection of that fear. Days 11 to 20. Your body ain't being subtle with you no more. It's being direct and it's being rough. The only question now is, are you listening? Days 21 to 25. The turning point. Day 21. Here's where things move up a level. Up until now, them signs came and went. They'd give you a break, and you'd believe the scare had finally passed. Now them warnings stop going away. That pressure in your chest that used to show up after a hard pull, now it shows up even when you're resting. You're just sitting or standing there, and it's staying put. This is the moment many men admit something is wrong, only to themselves, mind you, alone at night, staring at the ceiling and waiting for the sun to rise. You spend the night wide awake and feel like you didn't catch a wink of sleep. You wake up in jolts without knowing why. The body's on high alert and it just can't shut down. Your jaw might start to ache, maybe your neck or your teeth too. No logical reason for it. When the heart's suffering, the pain travels like a short circuit in the wiring. That discomfort stops staying just in your chest. It starts showing up in places you'd never associate with the motor. It's the internal wiring sending out the final notice, a detail nobody talks about. In this phase, many men get real short-fused, irritated with the family and the work for no real reason at all. It ain't just stress. It's your body burning through every bit of fuel just to keep running. There ain't hardly no energy left for the rest of the world. Days 21 to 25. Your body ain't asking for attention no more. It's begging for help before the worst happens to your legacy. Days 26 to 30. The final silence. We've come to day 26. I need you to stop everything and listen now, partner. What happens at this moment is the dirtiest trick your body can play. The signs just vanish. That pressure in your chest that's been pestering you for days simply goes away. You wake up and reckon your body's finally healed itself. But don't you be fooled. It ain't over. This here's a setup. Your motor spent 25 days sending out alerts and burning through every bit of reserve fuel. Your heart's worked way past its limit, and now it's just too worn out to keep the alarm running. This silence ain't no cure. It's the system red line at its breaking point. It's the same kind of calm that comes before the big storms here in Texas. That silence only the old-timers recognize, and the young ones ignore to their own peril.
Quiet don't mean fixed, partner. Even a dying fire looks peaceful before the last coal goes out.
Come day 30, your heart can't hold back the tide on its own no more. That pressure you ignored for weeks makes everything burst, and the damage comes in seconds. No more warnings and no second chances. It ain't gonna be in no hospital, partner. It'll be out in the field or in your pickup truck, and you'll be all by your lonesome.
Days. 30 days your body was sending signals you chose to ignore. Now you know how to read the signs. You understand what your body was trying to tell you.
The question now ain't about what happened. The question is, what are you gonna do today to make sure your legacy don't end right here and now? What to do now? Well, you just went and learned what most of us never do. until it's far too late. And I reckon I know what you're thinking right now. You're looking back over these last few days in your head, remembering something you felt and just brushed off, that pressure, that different kind of tired. Don't you go ignoring them this time. You don't need to panic none, neither. You don't even have to tell a soul. You just gotta do one thing. Get yourself to a doctor and ask for a heart checkup, plain and simple. It ain't weakness. It's that same instinct that makes you check the motor on your pickup before a long haul. You don't wait for it to break down in the middle of nowhere to find out there was a hitch.
Taking care of that engine ain't weakness, partner. It's the job. Baker gave you one life and one piece of dirt. Don't go settling your accounts before the work's all done.
Your heart works every bit as hard as you do. It deserves the same attention you give to your tools. You worked your whole life to stay on your feet, to provide, to not have to lean on nobody. Your ranch needs you. Your family needs you. And to be there for them, you gotta stay alive, partner. If this video told you something you needed to hear, share it with someone else who needs it too. You don't even have to say a word. Just send it over. I'll see you in the next one, my friend. This video is for informational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. If you are feeling any of the symptoms mentioned, see a doctor.